Oh, hello. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if you're still there or if you're there at all, Janelle, but thank you very much for the follow. Still finishing setting up, so just bear with me a moment. Oh, well, glad to see you then. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're at least getting ready for bed, if not already in bed. As I understand, it is rather late over in Europe right now, so I don't want to keep you up too late. Okay, we are back. Now, normally, I'm gonna be here for like 10 more minutes probably, no worries. Like I said, my stream is mostly for, 4 a.m. That is very late, yes. You probably should get to bed soon. But yeah, like I said, no problem if you dip out or fall asleep at the computer, whatever the case is. My stream is mostly just to relax, especially since I'm streaming so late in most of the world. It is already 9 p.m. where I am, so it's not exactly early either. Waking up in 5 hours, that's yeah, you probably should get some sleep then. I guess we'll switch over to the game screen here, get you a little bit of actual gameplay before you have to get off. Let's turn that down a little bit. Okay, but yeah, thank you for stopping by. We are normally on Tuesday I would do Twitch integration. It's like a little voting thing, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling the Twitch integration vibes tonight. You said you are on the East Coast. No, yes, I am US East Coast. It is 9 minutes before 9 right now, which on the weekend maybe it's kind of early, but it is Tuesday. It's in the middle of the week, so I imagine a lot of people are getting off to bed. I think it's like the worst time zone for streaming, sadly. It depends on how you schedule it. At least at this time right now it's very bad, yes. A lot of EU people are sleeping. A lot of the Asian demographic is either at work or in school. Okay. And yeah, just even for US, people are just not coming out of work in the West Coast, and the East Coast is already getting ready for bed, so it's a very slow time slot, which I don't mind. I'd much rather it be chill. Teresia, welcome. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a good day or evening wherever you are. Thank you for stopping by. I was just explaining to Janelle also, normally on Tuesdays I would have what I call Twitch Integration Tuesdays. It's basically like a voting thing for chat to vote for what happens in the game. But I took almost an entire week off last week. So I kind of want to get back into the groove of things first, and then I'll probably do it for tomorrow or something. What is the objective for this run? So right now we have the crown already. We've done the sun quest. This was what This is basically why I took a break last week, because I got the crown and then I just had to de-stress from like 6 weeks of attempt. So today, or at least for the next few runs, I want to work on filling out our progress. I have a lot of things that I don't have unlocked, mostly because when I was doing the attempts for the Sun Quest, Steam got kind of funny with my save file and reset everything like twice in that 6-week period. This is probably the most filled out it's been in the past 6 weeks. So I think we're gonna focus on getting a lot of like spell unlocks, a lot of bosses killed that are not marked anymore. Perks and stuff will come eventually, that's not a problem. I've only tried integration once, and that was so much fun. Yes, it is a very fun thing, and while I was doing the Sun Quest, at the end of every night, whenever I could, I would do at least an hour of integration just to have that, you know, that sort of like de-stressing. But for the last 2 weeks of me doing the Sun Quest, I just stopped doing that because I was really getting tired of all of the repeated attempts failing. And then when I finally finished the Sun Quest, I basically just took the following week after that to just decompress. But we are back now. Ooh, decent stats, not good capacity. But yes, the main focus right now is going to be basically just looking for boss kills, looking for spells that we haven't unlocked yet, or enemies that we still need to kill. That does mean eventually I'm gonna have to go to the meat biome, which is never fun, but it will be something that we need to do at some point. Might even be today's stream, who knows. If we get good enough, we'll go. There might be something up here. Nothing there, okay. That's a dead end. But yeah. I haven't been tuning into your stream too much, Janelle. I know it's been a while, but like I said, I have been busy with the Sun Quest. If you don't mind, is there a reason for not activating affiliate? Just a curiosity. I just don't have the concurrent viewers. I am at 60 some odd followers, but my average viewer count is only like 2.6. So I'm still not at the requirements for Twitch to give me affiliate. I'm glad you think I'm good enough to immediately have affiliate though. That is very good for my confidence. Don't feel pressured about joining. I plan to once I get the actual numbers for it. Once Twitch allows me to, basically. For now though, we're just cruising along. It's all about the chill vibes. And it probably will be about the chill vibes even after affiliate. I'm not too concerned about getting crazy numbers or anything like that. I'll leave that for all of the other high energy streamers. Good to know we're farming TCV now. Yeah, basically, we're just we're looking for that viewership, the returning customers, if you will. But yeah, like I was saying, I know I haven't tuned into your stream very much recently because I was busy with my own stream stuff. But have you been trying, has there been a particular goal or something with your Noita runs recently? Or have you just been like learning things? Because the last couple of times that I've checked, you've been pretty good about a lot of your gameplay. Take care of your own, it's always best. I agree, but I do like to stop by and see what everyone else is up to every once in a while. It's just a personal thing of mine. Pretty much just learning, but I have donkey memory. Probably gonna forget 90% of what I learned tomorrow. Fair enough. I do always say streamer brain is a thing. Especially if you're not used to splitting your attention for hours at a time. It can be very difficult to retain information or remember what happened. I do really appreciate when anyone pops in the stream. I feel the same way, Janelle, trust me. Right now, we're both in the same boat. As long as somebody stops by and gives us attention, I am always happy with that. That's part of why I like to make my rounds and, you know, visit other streams when I can. Also have severe ADHD if you didn't realize it already. I did not actually. I don't typically pay attention to, you know, whether or not people are having some medical diagnosis. That's not my, I'm not a doctor, so I don't really, I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't pay attention to that sort of thing usually. Just because it's not my business to be paying attention to that. It's even weirder, I don't actually mind it. No, yeah, of course. I mean, if you've grown up with it and it's something that you are used to, I don't think it's weird that, you know, you've gotten used to it. So yeah, that's that. I mean, I think there is maybe one other person that has mentioned having some sort of, I believe it was also ADHD. There was somebody else in the community that has mentioned something like that, but again, I don't typically pay attention to that sort of thing just because it's, one, none of my business, and two, I'm just not a licensed professional to be diagnosing people. Have you killed the boss with a different number of orbs? Yes, I have killed up to 11 orbs. If you're talking about Call Me. I have done technically like a 13 orb with Ice-T's community. She usually does a don't worry about that, you can pretty much say anything, I don't mind, I love the jokes to be honest. 13, yeah, so Ice-T usually does a weekly community thing with Noita, where she'll, there's a mod called Noita Together. It's somewhere here, Noita Together. Basically you play the same lobby as a whole bunch of people, and you see their ghosts, and you share perks, and there's a whole bunch of weird things that you can do with it. During one of those runs, we did a 13 orb Call Me, because you do share the orb count between everybody in the lobby. So that was probably my highest kill in that sense, but my highest solo orb kill was 11 so far. Once I finish the unlocks and everything, I'm probably gonna go for like a 20 orb, and then after that a 33 or 34 orb. Sounds fun. It's very fun. I would definitely recommend either stopping by Ice-T's channel whenever she does that. I believe it's a community thing on Saturdays, if I'm not mistaken. Although recently it has slowed down because of she's got other things going on at the moment. Or you could always set it up yourself. If you look up Noita together, the GitHub where you get the mod from has instructions on how to install it and everything. It's a very straightforward process, but it is very fun. I would highly recommend at least giving it a try at some point. I've been lurking a bit, but the thing is I mostly work during her stream, sadly. Fair enough. They are on GitHub, good to know, yes. A lot of the more prominent or the more popular mods are usually on GitHub. There are decent ones on Steam's workshop, but they're not really, I mean, they are well maintained because the Noita community is very fanatical about the game, so they usually keep everything up to date and, you know, working properly. But if you're looking for like really intricate mods, you will usually find them on GitHub because they have a whole bunch of like backend stuff. They've got different integrations. They're just a lot more polished usually. This entire first area did not have a lot. I think we only found one good wand. Thanks for the info, of course. We're all about the info here. Oh, that's not good. And he's picked up the wand. Okay, not bad. We'll take that. I probably should have checked the other one that that guy was shooting over on the right somewhere. Hey, Fleece, what's up? Welcome. How have you been? I love what you did with the shark. And I'm looking forward to the hyena, by the way. But how have you been? How's everything going? Hope you're having a good day or evening wherever you are. You even stream on YouTube too? Yes, I have both of them up at the same time. So if, you know, you don't feel like chatting on Twitch or having Twitch open, YouTube is also an option. I mostly have it because the VODs are easier just to maintain with a split stream like this. But yeah, sometimes I'll get people chatting on YouTube as well. There is a relay system that I have in place to sort of bring both chats to Twitch, so I will still be able to see any messages that are over there. But I like to keep the options open for the viewers. I don't like to pigeonhole anybody if I can help it. That's a cool setup, to be honest. I mean, it's nice. It has its ups and downs. Life's been very crazy lately. Plan to start working on the hyena on stream tomorrow. Oh, nice. I probably won't chat very much, but I might stop in and just have it open just to see how the work goes on that. I'm not very good at arts and crafts myself, so being able to see somebody else, you know, stitch together a plushie from just raw materials is always interesting to me. Ouch, rude hammies. Anything good here? No. Still think I'm not good at it myself. Well, you sell yourself short, Fleece. I absolutely love the work you've done. Speaking of which, Janelle, if you weren't aware, Fleece does, I guess, I'm not really sure what it's called. It's basically making puppets, or making, not puppets, plushies from scratch. So he'll buy like the rock cloth and like the filler, and he'll stitch all the parts together and get the shapes in order. It's really cool. Or at least it's cool to me, just because I can't do it. I love anything handmade, to be honest, right? See, Janelle understands. I ordered 10 kilograms of plushie filler and it should arrive tomorrow, so maybe I'll do a video of unboxing it. That could be fun. I don't think I've ever seen, like, obviously at some point I've seen some like plushie stuffing before, just, you know, because life happens to plushies sometimes. But I don't think I've ever actually seen like just a full packaging of stuffing. Oh, it arrives vacuum packed, then it will absolutely explode when decompressed. I could imagine, yeah. It's kind of like when you buy a blanket, I assume. It's just very volume-wise, it's not a lot when it's vacuumed. But then once you introduce the air and you allow it to expand, it just gets ridiculous. 10 kilogram of stuffing, isn't that like the car volume wise? It might be. 10 kilos is I don't think it's a car volume necessarily, but it's definitely a lot. Is it definitely Pog? Film it. Maybe like a smart car volume. Okay, so yeah, I could see it if it's a small vehicle, perhaps. Nothing in there. You could do a good short reel out of it, I think. Yeah, you probably could get a good reel out of it. Just show how ridiculous it looks compared before and after you open the packaging. Okay. We should probably head down to the mountain now. We've got 12 HP left. Last time I bought it uncompressed and it was like 1.5 by half meters. That's quite a lot, yeah. 1.5 by half, so that's something like, I don't know if you've ever seen like a body pillow, but I would assume that's basically like a body pillow just completely stuffed full of filler. That was like 10 years ago. I assume that the filler technology evolved since then. Perhaps. I mean, there may be better vacuuming and packaging methods now. Like 2 normal body pillows. Okay, so you do know what they are, please. But yeah. Okay, so like 2 normal body pillows. Yeah, that's quite a lot of stuffing. Might need that on the way back up. We don't have a good multi, so we'll hold on to this. Might want that. I don't have a trigger. 3 to put these here. More like modern filler is made of lighter materials, so a given weight ends up being more in volume. Ah, okay. That also makes sense. Wait, so filler before, or at least previous filler, wouldn't that have been like a cotton polyester sort of like mixture, or is it a different material? Because I'm not too aware of like the specifics for this sort of thing. Sorry if I go off screen a little bit here. I am finishing preparing my tea. It used to be polyester, nowadays it's some kind of silicone. Really? Tea, yes. I quite enjoy tea. Tonight's tea is I got this at the supermarket. It's called, and this is gonna sound kind of crazy, but it's called throat coat. But it's basically just a slippery elm tree tea. So it's got like an herb called slippery elm. It's supposed to be good for your throat. It tastes kind of like licorice, but not like super intense. It's nice. It's pleasant. Yeah, the name is a little out there, but it's a good tea. I hate licorice. You know, normally I would hate licorice too, but this isn't intense licorice. It's sort of like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like licorice, but it's not the same sort of taste. It's an acquired taste, yeah. Welcome, Takasak. I feel like either you love it or hate it. Yeah, normally I can't stand it. Like I can't have what Americans call root beer soda. I can't have that just because the licorice they use for that is disgusting. I can't have licorice candy because that's also disgusting. But in tea, it's not as bad, I feel like. But again, this isn't actually licorice tea. It's it has like an aftertaste of licorice, but it's not actually licorice. I also love tea, coffee, alcohol, basically everything. All over the place, basically. I heard licorice is disgusting just because the body doesn't understand it. Yeah, so there is a chemical component in licorice that the body just does not know how to process properly. And so the immediate reaction is to just discard it as something that's either not beneficial or just outright disgusting. And that's why it's an acquired taste. You have to constantly keep ingesting it for the body to become accustomed to it. I wish we had root beer in EU. I mean, you can probably do fine without root beer if I'm being honest. Root beer is disgusting in my opinion, but but you do you. I learned something new now. And that's the other part of this channel. I am all about the learning. So I will usually have very random and off the mark information for a lot of different things. I loved it when I was back in the US. I mean, you probably loved it because it was extremely sweet and sugary, and probably not for the actual like licorice flavoring. Personally, I just can't stand the licorice they use in root beer soda here. Or just the licorice in general they use here is not great. Everything was extremely sweet. Yeah, everything has sugar in it. It's kind of a nightmare if you think about it from a from a health perspective, it is not the greatest. I probably should do this. Five, 10 or 10 raw damage. Yeah, this is probably better just because of the distance we'll get. Don't talk to me before I had my mug root beer. Hell yeah. The eagle sound. Oh man. I think the big thing for that would be coffee over here. Everybody is a caffeine addict. Don't talk to me before I've had my morning coffee is definitely a thing here. I personally don't drink a lot of coffee because I am very highly caffeine sensitive, but it is definitely a thing for, like, even my mom is very much a morning coffee person. I should probably pick up some water over here. Also, I didn't get to ask, how you doing, Takasek? I hope you've had a good day or evening so far. I'm wondering if I should maybe go straight to fungal caverns here. The best way is to be a coffee person during mornings, tea person for lunchtime, and then transform into an alcoholic at night. Oh man. I think I was like that when I was in college. Yeah, I definitely drank a lot more coffee when I was in college, and then I would go home and have some whiskey or vodka or something. Also, that was a joke, to not do that at home. Do not try this home, kids. It was an interesting evening. There now exists a quote of me somewhere that I never want to think about again. Oh no. I'm gonna look around, Takasek. I'm gonna find it. And then I will quote it at some point, whenever I figure it out. Just for you, I'll do some research. Only teleportation, the way I become unstable after contact with whiskey. That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense, but that is crazy. I hate that you probably could find it. I mean, the Noita community, as wide and varied as we are a very tight-knit community. I'm pretty sure if I asked around, I probably would get an answer somewhere. I won't be mean though. If you truly do not want me to know, I will leave it at that. If it comes up at some point, then maybe I'll find out. But I'm not gonna actively ask around. That's just mean. Sadly, I really have to head to bed now. No worries, Janelle. Like I said, all of the attention and lurkage and any attention is always welcome here. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest. And hopefully we'll see you at some point in the future. And if not, that is also fine. You'll definitely see me around. Really enjoyed the chat though. We'll stop by next time. No worries, Janelle. Like I said, there's no rush or worry. Do whatever you can. I hope you get some rest. And we'll see you whenever we see you again. Thanks for the stream. Enjoy the rest of it. Enjoy your night as well. Thank you very much, Janelle. I will enjoy my night. I hope you get some rest. In the meantime, we will be here trying to figure out what I want to build so that we can go boss hunting and clear out some progress marks. That is going to be the main thing for tonight, is getting progress. Or maybe just focusing on a call me kill would be best, and then going through Nightmare for progress. That would probably be smarter. I'm pretty sure Nightmare has everything unlocked, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, damage up, speed up, double, delayed cast. On one hand, I don't really mind the found. On the other, I enjoy having resemblance of a normal image online. Like I said, Taku, I'm not gonna actively go around and find it. It's perfectly fine. If it comes up at some point, then, you know, that'll be that. But on my end, I'm not gonna go around asking, hey, what have you heard about Taku lately? What crazy things did he say? I'm not gonna do that. But I do stop by other streams, so if anybody else mentions it, well, you've only got yourself to blame on at that point. I want melee immunity. That's a really big one. Ow. Rude. Oh, that thing's... he's fighting a worm. Oh, there it goes. Rest in peace, worm. Thank you for your sacrifice. Ooh, ad mana is huge. We're gonna have to farm a little bit here. I think Daily has everything unlocked. I don't think Nightmare does. Really? If it doesn't, that's really weird. I could have swore it did. I'll have to double check. Yeah, because I was aware of the daily thing. But I could have sworn that also extended to nightmare runs. Do I want lightning? Maybe. Okay. There's no need for all that, Uko. I'm literally just a guy. I'm just chilling. Oh, we are really gonna have to farm. We're only at 200 and we need 700 for add mana. I probably should have spent more time in coal mines. I love lightning, but I keep killing myself with it. That is my main concern with the spell, yes. I also love the lightning spell, and I am also afraid of it because I kill myself with it quite often. It is a very nice spell to have though. Yep, there's the CEO. He had to be somewhere here. Okay, I think that's all of them. Let's see how much gold we can actually collect before it disappears. Not a lot. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Nothing great there. Just don't get skill issued. See, that would be great if I hadn't lucked out to get what I needed for the crown. This crown is a sham. I just got really lucky for that one run last week. I'm pretty sure we had 2 polymorph scares even. So if that doesn't scream luck, I don't know what does. That's a decent bit of gold. Nightmare wiki page has nothing talking about spells being unlocked. Really? Okay. Maybe I must have confused it with the daily run stuff then. That is good to know. I do find it comical you got the crown before Wingit. I mean, I was trying for like 6 weeks, so it was bound to happen, I think. I think Wingit started just after I started. Trying to get the crown, that is. I could also be wrong. I've only been in the community for like 2 months, give or take. So it is possible he was trying for a lot longer than that, and I just wasn't aware. And also, to be fair to Wingit, he is an actual doctor, so he's quite busy with other things that are maybe a little more important than getting a crown in the game. I recall it has been like 3 months of it trying, really? Well, I mean, again, he's got other things that are maybe a little more important than focusing on a game. You know, just maybe. doctor also just recently was forced to move, yeah. Wait, he got forced to move? Wasn't he doing the whole, like, inspection thing recently? I would have thought that he'd just be able to stay there. I did not know he was moving, that's unfortunate. Or maybe the inspection was because he was moving, if I remember. Now that I'm thinking about it. Nope, I'm remembering now. I did have a conversation with him about this at some point. He was moving because he got a new position somewhere, and he had to move for that work, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that tracks. I was not aware of any changes. He was reassigned to a different hospital and was looking into ways to get the housing change bonus. Right. Yeah, I just remembered that it had something to do with work as well. But you are right. $638, almost enough for add mana. Just need a few more kills here. Whoa, he's got a 10-7 down there with chain bolts. That's not good. Yep, just keep doing your thing. You'll blow up eventually, I hope. Or sorry, I meant trigger bolts, not chain. They're chained together is what I meant to say. Chained trigger bolts. I know the words I'm trying to say, I just don't say them. Chained together? No, this is Noita. Oh man, I haven't actually played Chained Together. I have seen other streamers playing it. There was like, I don't know if you are aware of HoloLive at all, but they had like a whole tournament just a couple of nights ago for Chained Together. Very, very fun stream to have tuned into. The game in general is pretty fun if you've got a friend or two to play with. Do I want this. I definitely want this. Small teleport bolt. I was not aware of a tournament. It's hard not to know, to at least know of HoloLive. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, some of the, they recently had a, I say tournament, it was more just, I guess, a loose competition of sorts. But they played Chained Together to see, I think, which team out of 4 groups of 2 could get the highest in, I believe it was a 20-minute time frame. It was very fun to watch. Granted, I didn't actually watch it. I've only seen like clips and short recaps of it, but from what I could gather, it was a very fun stream. Ouch. I'm gonna die. I'm not dead. Still not dead. Let's go. I Was about to jump in the portal, but I really need to add mana. Rigged. Rigged because I didn't die, or rigged because I got teleported? I can assure you my survival was definitely rigged. Didn't die? Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely should have died there. You have Matter Eater, you can dig back up for it. I have Matter Eater? I do. I'd really rather not piss Steve off if I can help it though. Steve is easy enough to kill. I just don't want Skoda coming up in the last mountain. He is a little more of a hassle to deal with. Another damage plus. I do want the trigger though, that could be very useful. This we might come back up for. You don't need to dig through the god molding trigger. You're right, I could just dig up the side of the brickwork. It does have 10 charges, so it should be enough. And plus recharge if need be. Yes, you are correct. Yeah, we probably should just go down and heal. Okay. Nothing super interesting here. We can fix up some wands. That's a little much. That's not exactly better, but we could maybe do this. That's better. Peace with Gods will solve our problem with the angry thing. So we could just do the thing with this. Hold on to that. Hold on to one of these. We already have one of those for backup. I don't think I want these anymore. And that'll still let us dig properly, so we probably don't even need magic missile. Teleport. This here. Get rid of you. Critical and bloody we might use later. Hold on to the second one of these. Get rid of this. Put this here. Well, no. Add reduced spread to main weapon wand. The only reason we had spread was because triple scatter. Everything else is not too crazy, so it should be fine. Yeah, it's not crazy. If I was wand wrapping with triple scatter though, I would want the reduced spread. Okay, that's obviously not gonna work. Matter Eater probably isn't a good idea either. Or sorry, Matter Eater on drill is probably not a good idea. This might work a little better. No. Too fast, I guess? Maybe one of these. Spitterbolt? Spitterbolt would also work. Yeah, it's not not quite what I was expecting. Oh yeah, faster projectiles is probably messing with that pretty bad. Let's see. Yeah, that might be a problem. Maybe delayed spell cast. The thing from that should still work. Sparkle trigger into Matter Eater into Spitterbolt. I got it. Delayed spell cast is slow enough. Thank you for the idea though. Actually, we could probably make this our attack one, right? Yeah, we probably should do that. That's pretty good. 25, 22, 38. Non-shuffle does make this a little more appealing. If I do maybe that. Not great necessarily. And the one wrapping kind of sucks here with the drill in front. 1738, 2238. I could just throw it on here. This is probably fine. Keep the spare one there. I don't think I want that anymore. Yeah, that's fine. What is this? Ooh, free ad mana. Even better. Okay, so now I actually need something to wand wrap past the add mana. I guess I could maybe give up speed up in order to have this here like this. No. Put the add mana after trigger? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that'll work. Anything else fun on here? Another speed up. Could be useful for black holes if we find them. Water trail. Not immediately useful, but maybe in the future. Plasma. I can get rid of this, so we don't need reduced spread. Could also maybe do, whoops, this. Plasma for Sabayan, Il Alchemisti and Komissima Koipi. You are right, we could hold on to a plasma cutter for that. As a matter of fact, we could probably just build this wand into it. This is basically all we need. Maybe a speed up. Oh no, this is a shuffle wand. That's probably a bad idea. Not you. You. This. This. And that. That should work. Get rid of you. I probably want to keep the Matter Eater triple. I'm gonna need another wand. Actually, no, we can just... That's the Snowy Depths. We can just go out of the volcano pit. Probably want to TP ball on something. You are correct. I completely forgot we had a teleport. I could probably throw it on this wand. It should be fine. Not the highest mana charge in the world, but it does get us from point A to point B, at least. Ouch. Whoops. Clicked off the screen there. I do not need that. Don't need that either. Don't need that. Uh-oh. That should be fine. Just gotta wait out the blind here. Damn. Should have been TP. It's fine. We lived. I will take both of these because I think we still need the progress for both with the slave slot. Yeah, I don't see them here. Another add mana, very nice. A very decent one here. Extremely decent. What? 1295 mana charge is kinda nuts. Let's go kill Alchemist first, and then we'll come back for these ones so I can drop this one. Nothing special there. Should be right around here. Oh, of course. I should have taken care of that. Extra mage. Well, we try again. Pheromone star's not bad. Did you unlock destruction prior to Sunquest? Harold el Hacker, bienvenidos. Yo no hablar taca taca, yo tampoco hablo taca taca. Yo especifico los lenguajes que yo hablo. Pero bienvenidos. I did not unlock destruction prior to Sunquest, no. I had... I'm gonna have to move the sun at some point in order to do that. Hacker se lo voy a pedir solamente una vez. Si no se puede comportar, le voy a dar un ban. Yo no estoy aquí para andar con jueguecitos de niños. Why does every Noita player do the Sun Quest and only then think of learning about Moon Quest? I've done the Moon Quest on my personal account. I just never... I mean, destruction is a nice spell to have, but it's not the most useful thing in the world in my opinion. And moving the sun isn't the most difficult thing either. I could just throw the note in a random direction. Just throw the note in a random direction away from me and it should be fine. Es que así somos los catrachos. Bueno, sean como quieran, pero este sigue siendo mi chat y yo quiero que sea un poco más ordenado que lo que está poniendo en este momento, por favor. Pero de nuevo, bienvenidos. Es que tú eres de Gringolandia. Y eso tiene que ver con que exactamente el comportamiento de una persona no importa de dónde uno viene. Es muy fácil de entender. Si no se sabe comportar, le doy un ban y ya. Also, apologies for the rest of you who only speak English. The Spanish person that has joined is not being rude necessarily, but definitely not the smartest from what I can tell. So I'm trying to convince them to maybe wisen up a bit, otherwise I'd have to ban them. So that's basically the conversation there. No worries, bilingual streaming is hard, I would know. Oh, I didn't know you were bilingual, Fleece. What languages do you speak? I mean, obviously English is one of them, but if you speak any others beside English, I would be interested to know. Polish and English, okay, interesting. I don't think I've ever heard Polish being spoken. But I know you also share some of the special characters that are used in a lot of the Eastern European languages, like the weird X with the line above it and stuff. Native speaker of Polish and studied English. I want to say that's philosophy. philology is the study of languages. Philology, I don't think I've ever heard that word specifically. I've heard of linguistics and speech pathology. I wasn't aware that philology was a term used for that as well. I think anyone understands the situation when the person in question has skull emoji in their name and their message contains gay. Yeah, well, I made it clear if they didn't know how to act that I would just ban them. I'm assuming they've just left the chat, which is fine. But, you know, it is what it is sometimes. I don't want to just outright ban people, but, you know, sometimes people just don't know how to behave. Noia nie mogę kolejny ni Polak. I don't know if I pronounced that correct, and I have no idea what it says, but very interesting. Yeah, I've never actually officially studied like languages, but I am very interested in linguistics personally. So I have looked into other languages and like linguistics, I guess reference material, you could say. I'll be damned, another poll. I see. Wait, Taku, you're also Polish? I have all of the night owl polls, I guess. Yeah, I did not know, Taku. Well, that now I'm aware. I have all of the nighttime Polish viewers, I guess. This is nice. I'm gonna have to learn Polish in order to be able to communicate properly then at some point. You guys can be my Polish teachers. Oh, that's interesting. 3827, maybe not faster, but it is a non-shuffle. Higher mana charge. I can teach you Polish pronunciation, but if you speak English natively, it will be a nightmare for you. It is heavily advised against while learning Polish. Well, like I was saying earlier, I have taken, at least for most of my life, I've taken a large interest in linguistics. My very first language spoken was Spanish. I learned English in school because they threw me in an all-English classroom. And then later on, I developed an interest in Japanese. I would say this was around middle school, but I didn't actually study it until after high school. But I do speak quite a bit of Japanese. Polish is in the top 5 of most difficult languages to learn. I mean, East Asian languages are also up there. I'm pretty sure Japanese is somewhere in the top 5 as well. I would very much be interested to learn Polish now. If you're saying it's that difficult, then it can't be that difficult. That's my approach to language learning anyway. I think the difficulty of a language is really determined on how well you can convert ideas between the language that you already have versus the language that you're targeting. Japanese varies in difficulty if you're doing just spoken or also written. that is true to an extent, because even if it's just spoken, at least on a contextual level, the idea that you have to put in, just as a very basic example, in English, the sentences are structured in a way that you take an adjective first to describe a noun, and then that becomes the subject of whatever you're saying. In Japanese, that's flipped. 7 grammatical cases, and nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs change for cases. Okay, so it's similar to Spanish grammar then. Spanish also has different tenses, if you will. We have, I think it's 3 different types of future, 3 different types of past, and we have what is known as the normal, is the normal subject, and then an indefinite subject. And like you said, the adjectives, verbs, and the, or I guess in Spanish would be the conjugations for different verbs, adjectives, and adverbs change depending on the tense that you're using. So conceptually, it's not that different from Spanish in my opinion. At least the way you're describing it. I don't know if there's maybe a specific difference in the way it's done, but the concept is familiar to me. Polish theoretically has no fixed word order in sentences. That could be a little tricky, yes. That is something that I am not familiar with. I know there's, in Japanese, there's a lot of implied words, but there is still a word order in sentences. But if Polish theoretically has no fixed word order, that could be very interesting to try and understand. Also, you don't really have to put subjects into sentences. Right, so that's very similar to Japanese sentence structure. You can just omit the subject as long as you're staying on as long as the subject hasn't changed, you're implying that the subject is still being spoken about. That I'm also familiar with. As a matter of fact, in Japanese, it's almost seen as rude in some situations if you bring up the subject of a sentence when it's not being specifically referred to. What the subject is can be deduced from the form of the verb. Oh, okay, so the verb is kind of directional, I guess? And so I guess the way you say, I guess if I had to give an example in English, if you were to say walking, we walk somewhere versus you walk somewhere would have a different way to conjugate or describe the word walk. Verbs are genders, it's singular or plural. Yep, okay, so that's interesting. That's really cool. I like that. Also, whether you are giving a suggestion or a command is determined by the form of the verb. I assume that's similar to the Japanese usage of ka in a sentence. So if you want to ask a question, you end the sentence in ka. Otherwise, it is seen as a, I guess, direct form of whatever you're saying. A statement, I guess, is the right word. Although I guess it would maybe apply differently to different words depending on, I guess, the structure of the language. I'm not sure if Polish only has like one particular article that you use for a question, or if it's varied depending on how the word ends, maybe. It's complicated. Okay, well, fair enough. I'll look into it some more. Like I said, I do have a very strong interest in linguistics, so don't be surprised if at some point I use both of you as a it might sound a little bad, but as a guinea pig for my Polish, if I decide to learn it at some point. Definitely feel free to make fun of me whenever, if that time ever comes. For the most part, you just start with a verb and then a subject. The Polish equivalent of how many will take different forms depending on whether you're referring to people or object. Okay, oh, so that's what you mean. Yeah, that's conceptually similar to Japanese then. In Japanese, you have different denotations for either counting people or objects or animals. So like if you want to count animals, for instance, in Japanese you would say ipiki, nihiki, sambiki. And then if you're counting something long and thin like a bottle, you would say ippon, nippon, sambon. Which is basically just 1, 2, 3 for either animals or bottles, respectively. But I'm assuming it's something similar in Polish. Also in spoken Polish, all vowels are the same length. And also we have nasal vowels. Nasal vowels, I would have to hear an example of that. I don't think I've ever used a nasal vowel before. I've used guttural forms of vowels. So like there's the French R, which is like located at the back of the throat. There's the I think German CH is also a guttural sound. But I don't think I have any experience with French has nasal vowels. French... I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever used a nasal vowel in French. Hard and soft gutturals? Hard and soft gutturals are probably easier for me to understand. I don't necessarily enjoy them because I don't like the feeling of the sound in the back of my throat, but conceptually I understand them. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to pronounce that. Because I know Z and C, or Z and C, are very different in other languages. mean, if I had to guess, the CH is probably the Germanic one, where it's ha, right? And then the R would be guttural, if I had to guess. So it'd be ha. And then I get completely lost because I don't know how to pronounce the Z or the Z in Polish. I'm not entirely sure what the not even close. Okay, cool. Beetle, and happens to be the longest single syllable word in Polish. Oh, CH is pronounced as H, so you just omit the C and go for the pure H sound. And then the R, I'm assuming, is probably different as well then. RZ and also Z with the dot is, if I recall correctly, a hard alveolar fricative. It's been quite a few years since I studied phonetics, so I may be wrong. I mean, I've never actually studied phonetics like terminology, so that I would have to, I guess, hear an example to make sense of it. I don't think I can find any sound alike in English. Yeah, I would assume it doesn't exist in English. A lot of sounds that come from other languages just don't exist in English. There is one. Well, now I'd be interested to hear what it would sound like. You can find some in borrowings from French. I mean, French is not English, but I get the idea. There are other languages that use the sound. The last sound in the word mirage. So je. Okay, and what about the A with the weird squiggly at the bottom? Is that just A, or is there another secondary, I guess, property to it? Okay, so the A with the weird squiggly is And then we have... Okay, I think that this is going to be my Polish lesson for the day, is figuring out how to pronounce beetle. So we have... Hiom, and then... No. The difference between Home and is how hard the M shows. So is it more M or less M with the O? A is less. SZ is basically the English sh or German sh, but hard. So j. Kind of like a East Asian J, I would say, sound, or maybe French J, j, or j. I mean, SCH is sh, so I guess maybe that's just sh. No, that's Z dot. Okay. So German SCH is the closest. Okay, so sh. Sh. What was the word again? It was this one. Let me switch over to actual Twitch window. I'm gonna pin this so that I can see the word. And then we will continue with my Polish lessons here. CZ is in English, is in English. Is in English, example, the last sound in much. Okay, so the CH is an H phonetically. RZ is the J. Then we have Om. Then we have Sh, Z. Or no, Sh, Ch. So Sh. The last bit would be Sh, Ch, or something like that. I'm assuming it would flow a little better with the vowel in front, so it'd be CH is H, and then RZ is RZ, I forgot, is where is it? Alveolar fricative, which was the J, so H, J, Ch. Yeah, you weren't kidding when you said this is difficult. I feel like if I took the time to actually break it down, I could probably get it. It's I keep forgetting the RZ is Je, like mirage. So the first section would be Hyomscht. I guess is maybe the closest I can get right now. Hyomscht is something around there. Hyomscht would be beetle. I guess there might be some intonations and such that I'm not aware of because I don't have a frame of reference for what it's supposed to sound like properly in Polish. But from my understanding, it should be something similar to Hyomscht. I did not mean to fire that. I thought I was selected off of the window. First part could use some work, but the second part is spot on. I'm glad to hear that. I'm not completely butchering your language. Basically there, the RZ part is off. Doing exceptionally well actually, thank you please. That is a very high vote of confidence in my skill. Like I said, I do have a very strong interest in linguistics. So I have a lot of experience in different languages to like pull on. But you're not wrong when you say that this is a very difficult language. The RZ part is off though. I think I would need to hear an example of what it sounds like, because Mirage, the last part of Mirage coming right after the H is not something I'm entirely familiar with. Have mercy on the poor bloke. Yeah, I'm. We're going one word at a time here, Taku. I've only just figured out some phonetics, and you're already giving me a lot more. Oh, that's sealed off. I have to go in from the left side. Okay, that works. I do appreciate the lesson though. I am always up for learning new languages. It is always very interesting to me. Okay, what are we working with here? We've got double spell we'll take. We will grab maybe heavy spread. Okay, that works fine. We can get rid of this. Hold on to that for future use. Hmm. 1984. I'm assuming that's the meme 1984 where something never happened. What is it that we're oh, Automata is interfering with education. What did we... Why is that not... Okay. Weird. Apologies. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, let's start with where every foreigner is traditionally obligated to start. Try saying... I mean, my original inclination, just in English, would be curva. I'm assuming that's not correct. You can see why I stopped mine since typo. To be fair, there's a good reason why Automod would block this. That's actually correct. Let's go. I know more Polish than I thought I did then. The letter W is a trap. Yeah, unless it's like an actual English word, I never pronounce W as a W. Because I know Germanically it is more of a V than a W. Right. I'm closer to Kur. I don't know how to pronounce that weird L than the proper spelling, but that's just the softer version of the word. So there are different levels to the, I guess, that particular W sound then. So there's W, V, and V, I'm assuming. In English, the sound example at the start of the word wing is spelled like the letter... Okay, so that's what you guys know as a W. Or at least that phonetic. That's interesting. So I guess what I said sounded closer to curva, and the proper, the one that you spelled is curva. Okay, interesting. You are now honorary apprentice speaker of Polish. Thank you very much for the title, please. And any swear word in Polish has about 11 different meanings. I mean, that's fair. I think most swear words in a lot of languages have at least a secondary meaning. I think I want the... this is difficult. I don't really have anything crazy to work with here. I think we'll buy TNT and use that for digging. And then we just break this mountain. There's nothing really left here. Polish is the only language in the world where you can give specific, detailed, and technical instructions using only swear words and grammatical words. That's pretty funny. Do other languages have dictionaries of swear words? Surely. I don't think they have them in dictionaries, but I'm pretty sure there are plenty of swear words in other languages that have at least one or two different meanings. But not enough to fill a dictionary, I suppose. That might be a bit of a difference. I'm sure some other languages have them. I doubt they are hundreds of pages long like ours. That is a very distinct difference, yes. You have no idea how much it pains us, just how much of the beauty of The Witcher is lost in translation. I'm assuming you're talking about The Witcher, like the books and the games and all those. I did not know they were originally Polish. That is very interesting. And I could imagine, yeah, a lot of things may have been lost in translation. If everything has a secondary or tertiary meaning, I could see how a lot of that would just be lost in just by the virtue of translating. Forgot I had a kiosk key. They are originally Polish, and there are so many things that just don't have anything even remotely similar in any other language. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, I guess, you know, things being lost in translation is always a downside to localizing or translating to other languages. And then there's also, I guess, the cultural differences, where I'm sure they probably reference things that just don't exist in other parts of the world. So I can imagine a lot of things were lost in trying to get it to other countries. I need to find another potion bottle so I can get some water. There was a hilarious misunderstanding with the English fan base of the second Witcher game. I mean, I'm not familiar with the series, so feel free to elaborate. There was a scene where a case of amnesia was cured with vodka. Okay. I'm assuming that's something to do with the way maybe some of the words were mistranslated. To Poles, it was perfectly obvious how that would be done, so it was skimmed over in the game. Okay, so I'm assuming it's either a cultural reference or maybe something not immediately apparent in other languages, and English natives didn't get it at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of a little confused as to how that would happen. Nothing speaks about Witcher being a Polish creation like the main character's tendency to drink bizarre alcoholic concoctions. I mean, bizarre alcoholic concoctions can be attributed to not just Poland, it can be a lot of countries. Mexicans are very well known for being drunks in their own right. Irish people as well have a tendency to be called or labeled drunks. What happened was the amnesiac being caught up to speed by his comrades while drinking for a good few hours straight. Ah, okay. See, in context it makes sense. But yeah, I guess in a lot of English-speaking countries, it's not that the connection isn't immediately apparent, because it's just not something that people do anymore, at least not over here. And to Poles, it's like, ah yes, that is exactly what vodka is used for drinking and yapping. Makes sense. Yeah, once you have the context, it makes sense. But I could definitely see how people would be confused without it if they weren't aware or had any idea of that sort of, I guess, cultural difference. Poles being Poles is all the context we need. Fair enough. trying to think of an example maybe similar to what we've been discussing, because I know in Spanish we say quite a few things that probably don't make sense in English either. But I'm having a bit of trouble actually recalling what those sayings would be. If I remember correctly, there was a poll about daily alcohol consumption that got skewed in Poland's favor because does drinking beer even count as drinking alcohol? I mean, if you ask any actual like hot-blooded Mexican, I'm a Mexican I guess for reference because I keep mentioning it, but if you ask any Mexican if drinking beer counts as like getting drunk, they would probably tell you no. Like it's just a daily thing to us. So on that point we can agree. The whole point of the conversation leading to this was to establish that the amnesiac is supposed to be the one paying for all the... That's funny. Our beer is on average 5% alcohol by volume, and we still consider it flavored water. Yeah, Mexican beer is usually around 7%, and it's also basically just an everyday thing for us. You have it at lunch with your food. You have it as with your dinner. You've got it. Some people even drink it for breakfast if, you know, if they're so inclined to. But it's a pretty normal thing to just have a beer with whatever you're eating. Now, if we were looking for a good time, let's say, or if we were just to like catch up or for occasions or whatever, that's when you bring out the hard liquor. For you guys, it's vodka. For us, it'd be tequila. You'll do fine if you ever decide to visit Poland. I'm glad to hear that. I would like to visit other countries. I don't have the means to do so right now, but eventually. I would definitely like to visit some European countries. Definitely Japan, since I have the language there as well. I know one Mexican girl, and it fits the bill how often I hear from her about being drunk. Yeah, if if we're out for a good time, there's always going to be alcohol involved. There's almost no way around it. Every party, every special occasion, you've got to have at least a couple of beers and maybe one or two actual drinks. Tequila, rum, whatever may be available for that occasion. But if you're out to have a good time, there's got to be alcohol involved. Ooh, interesting wand. The speed up is nice. $28 HP is a little scary. Let's see if we can find another one that's maybe a little closer to the entrance. There's a wand up there. 2 HP and a dream. Let's see if we can keep that dream going a little bit here. Oh, okay. I was not expecting it to up warp. Another hilarious story regarding Polish and translations. Go for it. I'm all about the stories. First president of the current Republic of Poland was an electrician by trade, and not exactly the most eloquent person. Okay. I mean, that's not completely out of the ordinary for countries that have maybe a better voting system than what we've got here. If you like somebody and you want them to be president, you can just vote them in. But he got a phenomenal reputation abroad because his translators were basically ignoring everything he was saying and had pre-prepared speeches and stuff. That's funny. That's pretty good. I could see that. I mean, if it works, it works. If you have somebody who knows what they're doing, but maybe isn't the best mannered when they're speaking, I feel like it's okay to just maybe fix what he's saying to make sense in other languages, or I guess make it more presentable, quote unquote. I don't see a problem with that at all. That's great that he had people to be able to do that. No really good ones here. This is a forecast. I think we'll keep... Nope, we'll keep this one for digging. Going by fun facts, okay. Go ahead, Taku. It was in the early 90s, so no internet yet. Fair enough. Especially in the 90s, when, like you said, there was no prevalence of the internet. A lot of people did have to rely on somebody to either correct their speech or have a decent knowledge of both languages in order to translate between the two. Poland was the only country ever to be denied a declaration of war. I feel like I've heard that before. I don't remember who it was exactly, but they were... I feel like I've heard this mentioned somewhere. This I do want to look up, because... Likely because we were denied by Japan. Really? Japan said, shut up family, too far away and we're homies. Yeah, I just looked it up. The Prime Minister's answer at the time was, we don't accept the Polish declaration of war. The Poles, fighting for their freedom, declared war under the British pressure. So basically, Poland was being, I guess, strong-armed into declaring war against Japan, which obviously Japan rejected for, you know, having common sense. That's really cool. That's interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore this entire zone. I'm gonna look for a couple of ones maybe that could help. But we are gonna get out of here as soon as we can. Also take a look at the world map of countries showing who each country is celebrating their Independence Day from. This is not good with these guys. I mean, if and when I do pull up that map, I'm gonna assume there's gonna be a bunch of people that are celebrating independence from Britain because world history. They obviously were very focused on their sorry, I'm kind of stuttering my words here because I'm trying to get to the next mountain. Yeah, Britain was obviously very focused on on world domination at one point, so naturally a lot of countries are just going to be celebrating their independence from them. World independence map, maybe? Okay, yeah, Independence Day around the world. So we have... Yep, just like I guessed, a lot of countries celebrating independence from the UK. Surprisingly, there are quite a few in Eastern Europe and the Middle East celebrating independence from France. Obviously, all of South America and Central America from Spain. Interesting stuff here. Oh wait, no. Sorry, I think I may have gotten the key confused that I'm looking at. Okay, Middle East and Eastern Europe is Russian Empire and Soviet Union. Africa has a lot of French independence. Portugal, surprisingly, has a very large portion of South America and some African countries as well. A lot of interesting stuff here. Okay, let's fix up our wands. We have a teleport, which we'll probably just leave on that wand. Oh, this one's not bad. 2 cast 73. I can get rid of this. Might use magic arrow. 342. Throw this here. Homing and speed up maybe? That's not terrible. Well, I could probably do maybe freeze charge. Would be better here. Fire trail we can skip. I'll hold on to one of these for backup. I don't have another multi-spell. Hopefully one of these will have something good. The point is that Russia celebrates its independence from Poland. Really? Hold on. I don't think that was noted on the chart that I looked at. That is very interesting. And this seems to have happened in... Officially happened in 1993. That's pretty cool. Well, the more you know. I did not know that was a thing. There exists a different fun fact. This one I like less because dumb teenagers tend to abuse it. Poles once upon a time received the N-word card from a Haitian leader. That's pretty funny. But yes, I could see how that could be abused in some situations. This one's actually not bad either. 0555, I could probably make that the attack wand. It's got very high capacity. Might as well. Hmm. 400, 105. Short range homing might be a little much. Maybe we'll stick to not having that on there. That should be fine like that. We also make the world's strongest alcohol. Use the speed up and 3 spitter bolts instead of magic arrow. I could do that too, yeah. Wrong thing. That is more cost effective. Now would be a nice time to have that reduced spread. But this should work pretty decently well. I could also just add that and guarantee they won't miss. And this can be our actual teleport wand. We have one extra here already. Then it sounds like a great idea when you're going to Hisi without a water flask. Yeah, perfect idea. What could possibly go wrong or set me on fire? Not gonna long distance cast TP, I can do that, yes. I just forgot that it was there, because I am terrible at organizing my spells. Okay, I don't have the money to reroll, so we probably do stainless here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's gonna suck for that healer. Yep. I don't know how that didn't hit me, but I'm glad it missed. Well, there goes that healer. Ouch. Ooh, interesting. A little on the slow side with the recharge. Maybe if we find something to reduce that. Ouch. Okay, now we have a reason to go to the anvil. We should probably pay that a visit. Well, I did not mean for that to happen, but it did. Unfortunate. Ooh. Chainsaw's nice. I don't have water, but I can get some. If I melt this, maybe? Or kick some over? Hold on. Kick. I cannot kick because it's powder. That's unfortunate. How would I... Cannot, okay. Dissolve powders was an excellent idea. If only a wand had luminous drill on it to drain the container. You know, I really wish we had a luminous drill, you are right. If only I could use one to dig things. That would be amazing. Oh hey look, you got water somehow. That works. I knew our hard work would pay off. Totally not luck at all. Hello, Hisi Healer. I require your services, please. There was a machine somewhere that we could use him with. I think it was down this way. Ooh, Lumi timers. Interesting. I should probably get that out of the way of this guy. If only you had pheromone on you. You know, I always forget that I have potions. This is a big problem that I actually have. I don't ever remember that I have items. Thank you very much, please. And also Taku for the Lumi thing. I was obviously not thinking. To be honest, the Lumi was a bait to get you to freeze it and make it worse. I mean, it worked out in the end, so that's all that matters. Well, that was scary. No! Oh, there goes all that gold. Unfortunate. And what have we got here? Freezing gate is not exciting, but the wand is very good. I want to get the chainsaw first, I think. Yeah, this one is not great, so let's go pick up the chainsaw for that. And then we can come back for the good wand. Double trigger might be nice too. Don't really need much else. Plasma cutter actually might be good for boss killing. And then we can just drop this. There's the machine. Didn't I? Oh, I was about to say, didn't I kill you? But no, it's a different one. This is very low capacity though. 8 capacity. This is 5, 6, 9. I'll probably need to lose these last two. It should be fine. And this, I guess, maybe a teleport wand? Kind of, once we actually get better things for it. Whoops. It does have lava to blood, which would be very useful for a teleport. Ooh, okay, did not mean for that to happen. He actually threw the extra black holes to the ground, huh? And we have one. All we need is a Greek letter to be able to use them. Outside of that, we don't really have a need for them. We have TNT for digging. No thank you. Well, that was not what I meant to have happen, but it did. What is this? More trigger crystals. No, thank you. Ooh, add mana. Rigged. Listen, man, I know how to dodge sometimes. It's not all the time, granted, but sometimes I know how to play. And that's one of the times where I don't know how to play. I was not expecting that to backfire like that. That's a lot of lightning bolts. That's a very fast wand, actually. If we manage to get the recharge down, that could be really good. Another add mana. Ow. Add mana on there. Hold on to it. Well, we have double trigger, but single trigger might also work sometimes. Don't necessarily need this. Shuffle wand. No, thank you. Single triggers are not nice for rock math. Yes. No, thank you. Shuffle wands can be funny when you stack different pass modifiers on them. Yeah, if you're going for a rapid fire sort of just chaotic shotgun. They can be pretty interesting. I haven't built one like that in a while, because I like to have my spell orders predictable, but they can be fun. One crafting on the yes shuffle goes crazy. I think the most crafting I'll usually do on a yes shuffle is just having a whole bunch of the same type of spell and maybe some modifiers to speed it up. But it gets intense if you want to get something a little more elaborate than that. Oh, I completely forgot that that guy was there. Like, I was staring at it and I still jumped in front of it. I just put all the notes on it and spam it until it plays the correct combo. You know, that's actually kind of big brain. I had never thought of doing that. The real question is, how did I completely miss the fisherman's hut on the right side? There it is. Nothing great. Cool. Alright, so let's think here. I got a decent attack wand. I could maybe improve it a little with the trigger. If we find some other spells. But there doesn't seem to be very much here at the moment. Damage field? Ooh, Circle of Vigor. Damage field could be interesting if we had a projectile that would last a little longer. What do you guys think? Should we gamble? I think this one's probably just gonna be a call me kill since we're already down here. Always Gamba. Okay, fair enough. Limited spells and Morphal Spirit. Definitely could have been worse. I wish it would work on Circle of Vigor. But I could see how that would make it a little too easy, I suppose. That does mean we don't need all these copies of TNT. Gas Blood was correct. Infinite Spells is better. No, yeah, I would have gone Gas Blood. If I had to choose, I probably would have re-rolled, to be honest. But, we're just going for a Call Me Kill at this point, I think. We could do Circle of Vigor. No, we can always come back up, that's fine, if we need healing. Rerolling Toxic. I mean, Toxic is not a huge concern. My bigger concern with Gas Blood is catching fire all the time. It's probably not a great idea if you don't have fire immunity. We have the Firestone, but in the middle of combat, might not be the best idea to switch to it. What if you're fighting an Eldari? Do I know what an Eldari is? Isn't that a fire thing? You can just make friends with it. With the Kioskivi. Oh, Blue Fire Standari. That's the more advanced one, right? I guess. Where is he? This one. Yeah, I mean he can still be. I mean that's probably the only time you would switch to Kioskivi during a fire thing. But in most other situations where you're catching on fire because of Gas Blood, switching to the Kioskivi is probably not a great idea if you're still in combat. Which means you're still constantly taking the fire damage. Being on fire is a buff. True, it does show up on the buff side. You're not wrong. It's a buff in the wrong direction, but it is a buff. Literally boosts speed by 15%. I'm not sure about that one. I mean, you could be right. And there does seem to be a little bit of an increase to movement when he's on fire. But I think the effect still applies when you're holding the Kioskivi, does it not? Or is it only when you have the actual debuff? Or I guess stain. I never hold Kiosk, bad item. Fair enough. The only time I keep Kiosk around is when I don't have fire immunity, like right now. So I do have a tendency to catch on fire quite a bit. And that's on you. You had an opportunity to get a flask in PC. Was there a flask? I think I might have missed it. I was too focused on figuring out, or I guess learning Polish fun facts. You walked past it a couple times? Well... that is unfortunate then. Passed right next to it like 3 times. I was busy yapping, okay? Time to die. Fireball orbital, my beloved. Let's get rid of something here. I can get rid of one of these. It is a non-shuffle, very fast. Myriad spell? Oh, tuple spell, okay. You don't see that very often. It's got some interesting stuff. We could make a very decent attack wand out of this. Let's take that. Of course there's another one. Oh god, there's 2 of them. Okay. Please go out, fire. Flask. Again? Another one? Where? Oh, there it is. I mean, I still gotta look for water. I mean, maybe I could take the blood. It might also work. Yeah, there's enough blood here. Let's empty out the invisibilium. Or freezing liquid, I guess. There's a bunch of water there. Okay, let's see. Giant spitter bolt is probably more cost effective than the arrow, right? No. $30 for 13 damage, 40 for 15. It does give crit, so maybe this, along with these. Get rid of you. We do still need to cast Meteor, I think. Propane tank, as much as I hate it, we probably do still need to cast that as well for completion. Hollow egg, I'm not sure if I've cast that before, but there you go. There's that. Timer. Could maybe just do a tuple spell for all of this. Meteor I think still needs to be cast. Pinpoint of light. This thing. This. I'm not sure if we still need this, but there's that. And then we can move all of this down. What if... Okay, I would need a double in front of this. That's interesting. Why is it not... It was a triple. I'm not sure. It's weird. All of this should be bundled into this. Maybe I can do this. There we go. That may or may not kill me. But it is a very fun wand. I should probably keep the homing in front of that and do this. That seems reasonable. I don't think I want to lose the speed of this wand. Let's do this one for teleports. Lava blood is very nice though. Yeah, I think that outweighs the speed here. I could keep this for utility though. Just throw this on here. That's a lot of dead things. Oh, there's the rocks. We can do some rock math. Ouch. Add it into the big spell pile here. And I can probably throw damage field now since the rock is there. Actually, we probably could just omit all of the other spells now and just throw rocks at everything. I should maybe keep Magic Bolt for the crit. Rock math, I meant duplicating trigger payloads. Yeah, well, my rock math is a much more simple rock math. You take rock and you add things to it. Teleports. Freezing gaze. Freezing gaze could be good too. Instead of magic bolt. Or we could just do all three. Always cast reduced recoil is interesting, but shuffle wand kinda not great. Stronger hearts. Nah. No more knockback could be good. One experimenter. Maybe. I don't have anything else I want out of these, right? No. I don't need this one either. I have healing, kind of. Nothing great. We'll take levitation. Levitation, why not? That's interesting. I could do Omega Saw Blades out of the thing, or Gig Disc, rather. Although, probably a bad idea. Let's not do that. Brilliant idea. There's often a fine line between brilliance and madness. Ooh, heavy shot on the payload could be really good. And then we can swap out the homing for accelerated homing. That should work out pretty well. Do this and throw this in here. Don't need anything else on that. Anything good here? Another add mana. Yeah, that still works. Okay. And then 30, 60, 90, 40. We're doing, what is this? 90, 180 on recursion. So this should still be, I mean, it's still draining, but it shouldn't be that high. Those rocks are angry. I'm not sure what that's targeting, but that's pretty funny to look at. But that polymorphing potion survived all of that. Anything good here? Not really. That's the wrong one. Where is that? Oh, I was about to ask where that acid was coming from. I didn't even realize the trap was there. I wonder if the rocks would be useful against Leviathan. They are a constant source of damage as long as they're contacting the thing. Unless he's immune to physics, he should still be able to take damage from the projectile field. Potato did make a rock-based Leviathan killing wand? Really? I never actually saw how he actually did it. That's interesting. I mean, it's good to know if it actually worked. He didn't understand how it worked, but he made it. Interesting, okay. I did not mean to come in here. I can probably still get out. I have black holes. Where's the speed up? Might need to get creative here. I'm just trying to make my way back up, because I still want to get a couple of boss kills if we can before I end the run, since this is already going so well. I think this combination of things would work so that we don't immediately die. It's a mana issue, okay. So if I do this, how much is this? 45, 60. Maybe too much mana. There we go. I did not mean to break that. And I do still need to, I guess I'd probably just dig with lasers to get out of the mountain that way. Hmm. Oh, I took my rocks off. That's why. I was like, what? Why is the rock not doing things? It's not even there. That would explain why. Alright, so those ghost entities I think are immune to physics damage, which is good to know. This will be useful. I don't trust the green plasma cutter. Should probably heal up. Don't need anything on this one, I don't think. Although the stats are very interesting. 900 with 308 recharge. That's fine, we can always come back for it later if we need it. Oh, he's still alive. What? Rude. Okay, that's more painful than it needed to be. Where's my heal? There it is. Nothing there. Whoops, wrong one. I went the wrong way. leave that there for now, just in case we find a heart mage somewhere later on. Uh-oh. Steve is mad. Did not mean to pick that up, but that's fine. Oh my god, of course I... the vat of acid. Well, at least we got the call me kill. So I guess that's something. That's so dumb though. Teleported right into a vat of acid. Yeah, 200 damage on a single tick is kind of crazy. Actually, no, it was still going up. Yeah, that was basically our entire HP bar in that one moment. That's unfortunate. Okay, well... we got some decent progress. Got the gamble perk, levitation trail, a couple of spells that we don't usually use. Lava to blood is always fun. Got the call me kill. I think that's probably where we're going to call the stream for today though. Boss hunting is always a bit of a process. Sky, welcome. You're just in time for me to end the stream. We just died in the most ridiculous way. How you doing though? I hope you're having a good evening. Look at that. Just got here, but was not going to be here for long. EP time? Yeah, no, it is pretty late. I was just wrapping up. Yeah. Big F. I should have been a little more careful about teleporting, but yeah. It happens. But yeah, we got some decent progress done. Let's switch over to the yapping screen while I close things out. Might be a little big. There we go. I actually kind of wanted to keep that run going, just to try and use that as the base for getting progress. Maybe parallel worlds just to speed up the spells and stuff. Perk acquisition, boss kills, etc, etc. Unfortunate that we have to take a dip in the acid bath like that. But it is what it is. We can always get another run going some other day. Not really sure. I don't think I have any announcements. I did say that we're gonna push back the TI Tuesday. We might do it on Thursday. So like the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be another just regular Noita stream, just so that I can get my practice back up after taking a whole week off. But yeah, other than that, thank you all for stopping by, lurking and chatting all evening. I'm glad I I got my introductory course to Polish. That was interesting. I've already completely, well, I don't think I've completely forgotten it. But yes, thank you Fleece and Taku for the introductory Polish lesson. I will definitely do my best to try and remember what we've learned here. I don't think I'll do a good job of it unless I ask for another lesson in the coming streams. But I'm definitely gonna look more into it, because it does seem very interesting from the way you've both described it. And I have been looking to try and find another language to start learning. So I do speak Japanese very well, but without actually having somebody to practice it, it's a little difficult to just keep on learning, I suppose. I can do a lot to keep the language, not a lot to learn new things, so Polish might be the next one. We'll see. That being said though, thank you all for stopping by. The attention is always appreciated. I hope you all have a good rest of your day or evenings wherever you are. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.